And hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Power of Man podcast. My name's Rory Paquette, and I know you guys all know that, but I'm so grateful to be sitting here in this chair, and it's all because of you. And we're doing a special episode today where I am not only recording for this, for all of our audio and video listeners and watchers. This is going to be a Steel Core Moment episode, but we also are recording in our private group to the Power of Man Within. And I'm talking to those guys in there live while I'm also putting this out for everybody who's not in that group. If you are a man who's looking to start a men's movement, you're looking to start a men's group, you're looking to work with fathers, with husbands, you want to help them take accountability, you want to help them, refine their faith, you want to help them be better fathers, be better husbands, any of those things. If this is something that you're trying to do or that you are doing now, join our group, Power Man Within. Within this group, we are building up to it, but we're going to be given a lot more advice on how to do it, how to build the actual group. And that's what this video is about today for everybody who may not have that going. Okay. Now, this advice that you're going to get today also pertains to any group that you're putting together, any membership group that you might be building. If it's a paid membership situation for, cars or for, how to build ant farms. It's the same type of advice and it will work for you. It is specifically structured towards building in men's groups. Okay. Because that's who we're talking to. So that's what this episode is going to be about. Practical advice and a little story time, but we're going to get this done for everybody. Anyway, so let's move forward. Let me get a sip of my preferred beverage. That's right. You guys all know what we're drinking. It's Freedom Hill Coffee, at Freedom Hill Coffee on Instagram. Go check them out. Look them up. Deep, dark, rich, bold, and beautiful, just like my wife, because I'm a very fortunate guy. They do all the right things for all the right reasons, and they support veterans, which you all know is a huge thing here for us. We have a ton of veterans in our private group. We got veterans who listen to this all over the place. I want to thank you all, you and your families, for what you've done. If it wasn't for you folks out there representing and protecting our rights, I wouldn't even be able to have this show. I would have been shut down a long time ago. And I know that for a fact because they tried. So anyway, mad respect to all of you for what you did and, for what you continue to do and who you are. And you'll always have a home here with the Power Man. We love you. And Freedom Hill Coffee feels the same way. So look them up, check them out, and get a big bag and just enjoy. Because, man, it's such good stuff. I drink it all day, every day. It's really awesome. You guys will love it and go look. All right. Tell them Power Man sent you. We'll keep on rocking and rolling. Anyway, folks, today we're going to talk about monetization and we're going to talk about mindset. And I know half of you just turned this off and said, I've had enough. But I want to point something out to you guys. Okay. We're gonna have a quick little conversation. For a very long time, I wanted to get things going online. I wanted an online business, right? I wanted to try and put something together. And, my family and I, we looked at a lot of different things, Beachbody and, Isogenics. My sons were actually huge with Isogenics when they were doing it. That type of thing. We went through a lot of different, how do we do this? How do we make money? How do we do this? How do we do that? And we learned a lot. And at every stop we ended up asking ourselves, why won't anybody buy this? Why won't anybody buy my book? Why won't anybody buy my product? Why won't anybody buy my coaching? Right? When I first got into men's coaching, I said, I'm going to figure this out. I know what I want to say. I'm coming from the heart. And I put some stuff out there and it was crickets for a while. Right? And I said, gee, I've got this real successful podcast. Why isn't anybody paying for my coaching? What's going on? And I finally stopped and I saw Pat Flynn, who runs Smart Passive Income Podcast. He was doing an episode and he was offering coaching on how to improve your podcast and how to, monetize and sell some stuff. And I caught myself going, I don't need that. I'll figure it out. And at that moment, it dawned on me. I was saying, I don't need it. I'll figure it out. And I stopped and I pulled out a card and I paid for that damn course right then. And I bought it. And it was the first of, I think, 4 that I bought on how to do things that I wanted to do, how to build a coaching program, how to monetize it, how to put together a course. I learned these things. I learned these skills. I paid coaches to teach me these skills. I took this big chunk out of this program and this big chunk over here out of this program. And I said, okay, I need to add a little of my own secret sauce, but you know what? We're going to get this done. And I did it. And I went back out and I launched again. And I said, gentlemen, here's how it is. This is what I'm offering. This is the coaching. And we signed 12 guys to my very first coaching program. Gentlemen, all 12 of those guys graduated from that program. That led to dozens more. That led to how am I going to coach podcasting? That led to how am I going to coach public speaking, which I've also done very successfully. It led how do I coach social media, which I have continued to do successfully and help people with. It led to how do I coach people how to write a book, which I love doing, but I had to cut back on something. So that was the lowest hanging fruit to sort of lop off the limb. And folks, I paid for all of that coaching to learn how to do all of that. I recently had some conversations with a bunch of guys who were sort of razzing me about, oh, Rory's the only one who's monetized, right? In our group. And I said, hey, guys, I take PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. Let me know. And I was met with a whole bunch of resistance of, oh, I see. He's not willing to give it to us. Guys, that's why you can't sell a coaching program because you expect it to be given to you. You see, if you aren't willing to go pay for the coaching, no one's going to be willing to pay you for your coaching. If you're not willing to pay somebody to teach you how to sell your podcast or your book or whatever it is you're working on, nobody else is going to pay you for that. You can't sell against who you are. Now, if you're a salesperson, you're getting this immediately. I don't have to explain any more to you. You're nodding your head going, man, you're right. I sold insurance at one point. I sold cars at one point. I sold real estate for decades. When I was in real estate, it was very, very evident when I would have an agent, for instance, who lived in a, $500,000 house, and she would go out and list an $80,000 house right next to one of the high schools, tiny little thing. She didn't even want to walk into it. She would be like, oh, yeah, I need someone else to go do the open house because I don't want to spend that much time there. And that house would not sell. And before we lost the listing, I said, listen, you're going to lose this listing because you're not selling it. Let me put this other agent in charge. I'm going to help him out. We did that. We gave her a referral on it when we sold it because we sold it in a week. Because me and this other agent that I put in there, we had lived in a house like that. We had lived in a tiny little, bungalow in a rough neighborhood, and we could see the value. So we were able to sell the value. This person who thought this house wasn't fit for her to sit in, what do you know? Couldn't sell it to anybody. You buy like you sell, and you sell like you buy. That's it. It's your own belief system coming out. So when we pull this back down to men, doing men's groups especially, gentlemen, there are guys out there right now that I know. There are men in this group that have their own men's groups, that have, their own movements, that have their own podcasts, that have their own thing they're all trying to build. And every one of them is looking up going, I'm not willing to pay for any coaching. And you all want to know why nobody will buy your coaching program. You're all saying, I'm not willing to pay to learn how to monetize. And every one of you is trying to figure out why nobody will pay you so that you can monetize. Guys, it's the mindset. You are literally putting out to all of your people that you're trying to sell something that you yourself would not buy. Now, this is not a sales thing for me. Okay? You don't want to buy it from me, don't. But get some coaching from somebody. There are hundreds of thousands of coaches out there that all know a little something. Go get some coaching on what it is you're trying to do. And then when you try to sell your thing, watch it sell. This is what happens. This is how it works. Now, a lot of you guys are like, Rory's just trying to sell his program. You know what? Screw you. Okay. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I have 56 students enrolled with me right now. And I'm running 10 podcasts behind the scenes. I have plenty to do. Okay. Your couple $100 is not making or breaking my mortgage payment, brother. It's really not. But I'm worried about you. You know, I interact with a lot of you guys on a regular basis, and I hear these words coming back at me. I mean, I have conversations with some of you guys. I watch what you're doing. I watch you run your own group. I watch you pour your heart and soul into your podcast. I watch you, pour everything you got into writing a book and starting a business and building your social media. And then when I say, hey, guys, I have this really inexpensive program. I'll give it to you for half off because you're you. I'll give it to you for this. I'll help you with that. Look, I'll throw in some extra, but you got to learn something, right? You look at me like, are you kidding? Pay for something? That's how your clients look at you. If you have a men's group and you have 4 or 5 guys in it, that's great. Good for you. Why don't you have 20? If you're putting on, if you wrote a book and you put it out there, how many copies did you sell, man? Why didn't you? How many books have you bought? You see what I'm saying? Guys, we buy like we sell and we sell like we buy. So, what I'm trying to tell you here today, in case you hadn't figured this out yet, is that if you want to run a movement, you got to join one. There are guys who are running men's groups, okay, trying to put on men's events, who have never paid to go to a men's event, who have never signed up for a men's group. And you're trying to sell your event to men, and you're wondering why you can't sell the tickets. You can't sell what you yourself will not buy. You may sell a few, but you can't build it. Your heart isn't in it. At the end of the day, you're being dishonest. At the end of the day, you're lying because you're putting something out there and saying, "Hey, this is good for you." And deep down in your soul, you don't believe that because you wouldn't buy it for yourself. A lot of years ago, there were people who were out there telling everybody they needed to get a shot. I knew people who didn't take the shot, who were telling other people they needed to take the shot. I told people not to take it, and I didn't take it. People who said take it, well, as long as you took it, then at least you believe it. This is how your entire life gets impacted. And that's the reason why I'm putting these examples out there to you guys, because I actually care. I talk to you guys on a regular basis, one on one. I'm frustrated for you. There's stuff right at your fingertips to help you do what you're dreaming of doing. And you find a million excuses to not do it. Gentlemen, paying for coaching is not easy. I know that. When I had to pay for it, I didn't have, the money sitting there. I didn't have the extra, $2,500 to buy the program I bought when I bought it. I made monthly payments for like 2 years on one of these programs. It was insane the amount of interest I paid. It was so stupid to do it that way. But the stuff I learned in that program, I'm still using today. I didn't wake up yesterday and build a coaching business on accident. It took years. You can do it too. Okay, look at me. I'm not Brad Pitt. I'm nothing special. I'm a guy. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a writer. I'm a podcaster. Okay. I'm a public speaker. I'm a content creator. All of that means exactly zero, except that I've learned how to do it and I want to share it with people. And when you expect someone to share it with you for free, you have devalued all of the information you get. And you aren't going to be able to turn around and put value back on it when you try to sell it to somebody else. So wake up. A lot of you guys in our group and a lot of you guys who are listening, who are not in the group yet, who need to be in the group, but a lot of you guys out there have pieces in place. You have a podcast that you're doing. You have a group that you've already started. You have some coaching that you've already put together. You have some courses you've already made. Gentlemen, you're on the right path. But if you aren't making money, then you don't know what to do with it. Get some coaching from someone who does. It doesn't need to be me. Get it from somebody so that you can take this stuff and take these efforts and take this blood and this sweat and these tears that you're putting into this business and make some money. All right. On this podcast, in this group, we are talking to coaches of men. Guys, there are so many men out here that need help, that need somebody to help them, to give them a better perspective, to, help open their eyes. There are not enough coaches out there. And if you want to be one, you can. But get some coaching on how to do it. Get some coaching on how to do it. And then put that in practice and go out and be the best damn coach you can be. Guys, that's the message for today. You cannot sell what you would not buy. So either figure out how to buy it or stop selling it. Really simple. All of you can do this, or I wouldn't be sitting here doing this morning, putting this out there for you. I believe in every one of you. And I see you guys working hard, trying. Stop shooting yourselves in the foot. Get the help you need. Put it into practice. You pay for something once so that you can use it forever. One time you pay for it, you continue to use it into the future. That's how it works. And the last thing I'll leave you with is that, isn't it funny that we're all totally willing to accept that premise when it comes to going to college or going to trade school? I'm going to spend all this money, right? And in case of colleges, I'm going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on the front end to learn a skill so I can go sell the skill. That makes total sense to all of you. Wrap it up in a bright colored package, make sure they have a basketball team you can cheer for, and you're willing to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on something that's going to take you decades to recoup at the job you get. But you won't pay a couple of $100 to learn how to monetize your podcast. You won't pay a couple $100 to learn how to sell a men's membership at a men's group. Wake up. Wake up. You guys are awesome. And I want the best for all of you. So you know what? I think it's time that you get out of your own way and you invest in your future. Okay? Find somebody that you can follow. Find somebody that makes some sense. Find somebody who's doing what you want to do and pay them to teach you how to do it. And then you know what? Stop playing this game and start winning it. I love you guys. The reason I'm telling all you guys this is because you matter. The reason I'm telling you guys all this is because you have value and because you're worth it. And at some point, you have to believe it. Until next time.